done with him yet.
This match is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the NWA East Heavyweight Championship.
Joe, I don't think that's something you should talk about.
But what we do need to talk about is the biggest prize in NWA East, the Heavyweight Championship, with so much lineage and legacy behind it. Set to be defended here tonight, and this individual we saw his true colors earlier tonight, that being Bobby Shields.
I tell you what, I managed Bobby Shields and Chris LaRusso together a couple of times, and they were working together as a team. I'm surprised at Shields, but you know what? Here he is with Crystal Frost. I can understand why he's there, and it's obviously done something for his career, because instead of going for the tag team gold now, he's got a shot at individual glory. And that is ultimately, oh, here's Chris LaRusso going right after.
I'm gonna back up here, by the way. Let's get this stopped. We got carnage out here. Somebody stop that.
Bobby, save for the match! Bobby, save it for the match! Oh!
You go on the back.
Chris LaRusso obviously not happy with Bobby Shields.
You think?
Shields, however, before we were interrupted, has definitely taken a step up the ladder.
Let's listen to Crystal Frost here.
I know you must be thinking, why is Bobby Shields having this title match with Christopher Taylor? Well, there's only one person capable of making a match like this happen. Only one person powerful enough to do so, and that person is me. Me and Bobby Shields, we sat down, we had a little talk. He said he was ready to make some new and improved changes in his life as well as I. And then he made a deal with the devil. Promised me that he would rid my life of Christopher Taylor for good. Take him out completely. I had a little thought of, well, maybe this is the guy to take him out. Maybe finally at last I have found the right person to take him out, because anybody that is ruthless enough to stab their own best friend in the back
We saw that earlier.
is the kind of guy that I definitely want on my side.
Well, apparently Bobby Shields and Crystal Frost had a long talk and influenced one another here. Bobby Shields has a title shot, and Crystal Frost making the elimination of Chris Taylor from PWX. They could both end up with what they want.
Chris Taylor has been putting up with this crap from Crystal Frost for the better part of the last year, with her throwing people in front of him that are going to be the next guy to take him out. He survived guys like the Monster Bane, and I think Chris Taylor is going to survive Bobby Shields just as well.
Well, Crystal Frost has a point. Bobby Shields proved he was ruthless enough to stab his own tag partner and best friend in the back, Chris LaRusso. They were the Steel City Saints. They were a great tag team, but as we saw in front of us a moment ago, that tag team has completely imploded, and it's all the fault of Bobby Shields, and maybe more importantly, the part of Crystal Frost.
Most definitely, and you know, she went after Shields specifically to separate Chris LaRusso, because LaRusso dumped her months back and went off on his own and changed when we brought him back into PWX. Changed his attitude, sided with PWX to much the chagrin of one Crystal Frost. Now Frost targets Bobby Shields, a young upcoming potential superstar in this sport. Used her female influence to get his attention, and it worked. They've consummated their business arrangement, and now Bobby Shields is going to be the next guy to take out Chris Taylor.
In the corner to my left, the challenger. He hails from the City of Champions, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Hey, Pittsburgh won a few years ago. He's accompanied this evening by the lovely Crystal Frost. Here is Bobby Shields. And the champion. He hails from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Here is Chris Taylor.
This crowd erupts as Chris Taylor is announced. The heavyweight championship belt held up by one Sean Patrick, who's going to be refereeing this match.
And what a reign Chris Taylor has had with that championship. He's now a little over 1 year and counting. If he escaped this matchup here, he will have held the championship in 3 separate calendar years.
Wow. Joe doing his homework again. I'm impressed. See, that's why I wanted you back, Joe.
Oh, I know it was all you. I appreciate it. And,
Chris Taylor now, is he just laying down in the center of the ring there? I
he's a
can't
bit
see.
impatient here at Bobby Shields. And Bobby Shields may have been rather randomly inserted into this matchup by Crystal Frost. But let's not doubt his in-ring credentials. Let's not doubt his skills. We've talked a lot in recent times in this broadcast about some of the NWA legends. Bobby Shields has a connection to one. He spent a little bit of time training in some of the Pro Wrestling Noah training camps run by the likes of Harley Race down in the Kansas City, St. Louis area. So Bobby Shields, no doubt, has a lot of in-ring credentials and a lot of prowess to get the job done in the ring against top-notch competition.
Oh, absolutely. We've worked closely several years back with Harley Race on an international TV project called World Legion Wrestling. And WLW, they produce some tremendous wrestlers for that program. And Bobby Shields is just the next in line coming out of that camp.
And it's Chris Taylor in control of the wrist early on, and Bobby Shields gets the break. But what about Crystal Frost's ongoing attempts to rid PWX and the heavyweight title of Chris Taylor? She cannot get over her past relationship with him, and she's not going to stop until apparently he's done for.
Yeah. The only thing I can even remotely equate that to is a fatal attraction. She just won't let it go. He's moved on. Almost a year now he's moved on, and she can't. She just won't. Every time he turns around, she's standing there with a knife ready to go in his back. Symbolically, of course. But she just keeps doing this over and over and over. And when is she just going to stop?
And can you believe that she masterminded this plot, seemingly, that led to Bobby Shields betraying Chris LaRusso as a tag partner and close friend? It's amazing when you throw a woman and a little bit of money and prestige into the equation, and no doubt a title shot as well, how some people will change.
Yeah, I know. It's a huge change for Bobby Shields. As Chris Taylor now, veritable house of fire in this match, taking it to Bobby Shields right away, using his speed to his advantage.
Well, when Chris entered this building this afternoon, this was just another title defense. Now it's personal. Now Chris Taylor has emotion building inside of him. Chris Taylor has that fire lit underneath him that he may need to carry him through this match.
And the one thing Crystal Frost may have overlooked was one Chris LaRusso. We saw him come out here earlier and go right at Bobby Shields as Taylor is just pounding Shields outside the ring, into the apron, to the ring post, and dragging him over into the crowd at this point.
Oh yeah, we saw LaRusso capture that Three Rivers title earlier tonight. He's not going to lay down or go away. He's going to take the fight to somebody that's wronged him, and he may have never been more wrong than he was tonight by Bobby Shields.
And how ironic would that be if my former tag team, the Steel City Saints, both came out of here tonight with gold, singles gold around their waist. I mean, nice chop by Chris Taylor into Bobby Shields, who was planted in a seat in the front row. I think that would be a tremendous matchup between Chris LaRusso and Bobby Shields, title for title.
Oh, no doubt about that. I think that we're on a collision course for LaRusso versus Shields at some point. And what these stakes are certainly yet to be named. But certainly, that's going to be a grudge matchup we're going to see a lot more of in the weeks to come. As Chris Taylor, once again, eyeing Crystal Frost.
Taylor now back into the ring, getting the fan support behind him as he drags Bobby Shields. Oh, and down goes Taylor outside the ring. Sean Patrick quick to get over to Chris Taylor.
Oh, no, Taylor hit hard. And again, this is not a protected floor. There's no mats on the outside.
No, this is hardwood floor with tile laid over top of it.
We may have a count out here.
That's very possible. However, that would look good on Bobby Shields' record. It would not get him the title that he so coveted right now in his attempt to wrest that belt from Chris Taylor.
I think Bobby Shields realized that he's going to have to go on the attack here, get the champion back into the ring, or at least stall or break the count as he just did there. Oh, he's not done. Oh, come on. A hip lock right on the outside. And again, nowhere to land that feels good.
Sean Patrick up to 4 on the 10 count. Shields is going to have to throw the champ back in the ring here, which he does. Climbs back in, and he's saying it's over. He's going for the cover.
Cover, 2-end, near fall. Another time, another near fall situation. But we've seen Chris Taylor, as you mentioned a little bit earlier, Buff, come back from men such as Bane, men of all shapes, sizes, and styles. So resilient. Maybe the most resilient athlete that PWX has ever seen.
Taylor laying prone in the center of the ring here. Shields shaking his hand. That chop hurt him so much.
Right now, Irish whip and heel with a hard backbreaker. You can see Taylor's body just nearly bending out across the knee of Shields. And again, a 2 count. That's all he's going to get. The champion again survives.
Shields standing over Chris Taylor, signaling that he's done again. However, he hasn't won this match yet, and he's taken way too much time for someone like Chris Taylor.
No doubt about that. Taylor trying to fight his way free, create some distance between the bodies. But Shields, again, quick to stay on top of the reigning champion.
Shields sends Taylor into the corner, chest first. Not able to absorb that in his back. Taylor down now. And Shields, I think he's going to go up to finish him off here.
Springboard, Arabian moonsault, nicely done. 2 and a kick out there by Chris Taylor. And Taylor may have a cracked sternum after the impact he hit that top turnbuckle with.
Yeah, and I don't think he's fully recovered from that bounce he just did on the floor outside as well here, Joe.
Oh, no doubt about that. Look at the clothesline, however. And Taylor, up crucifix attempt. Is Taylor going to be able to go anywhere here? Does he have enough strength left?
Shields fighting him off, able to get him up over his shoulders.
Oh, another backbreaker. Elevates him high overhead.
And Crystal Frost is quite proud of herself at this point.
2-end, near fall.
She knows her man's in charge of this match right now, and she'd like nothing more to see Chris Taylor lose that championship to her new acquisition, Bobby Shields.
Snapmare. Now just bending away the body of Chris Taylor. But indeed, what a first night it would be for this Frost-Shields alliance if Crystal Frost can finally get the heavyweight championship away from the grasp of Chris Taylor and fulfill a mission literally months and months in the making.
Shields now not going to win this match with these kind of maneuvers, but these are just designed to wear down on Chris Taylor.
And that's the tough part, certainly. We talked about Chris Taylor's resilience and how much he can battle back from. And just when you think this kid is down, he pulls something else out of the tank. We've seen it time and time again.
Taylor is not going to quit. Now getting back to his feet, throwing some elbows into Shields.
And a steam tornado DDT. And Chris Taylor mounts a little bit of offensive, but does not have enough to follow through.
Both men down in the center of the ring now. Sean Patrick counting both men out at this point. Shields struggling to get up. We don't really see much life from Chris Taylor yet. There he is. He's up to his knees. Looks like both men are going to beat the 10 count. Oh!
Hard clothesline. Second time.
Nice drop kick.
And Chris Taylor, the resilience of a champion. What a comeback we're seeing here. Neckbreaker. Taylor with the follow through now. To the right, Irish whip. Huge back body elevates him overhead. And Taylor may have a chance here. Drops an elbow. Is he going to go high risk?
Yeah, this is Taylor's territory up here.
Watch out for Crystal Frost. Watch out for Frost. Taylor buries the elbow.
He's got the cover.
He's got two and near fall again. And Crystal Frost is getting very uncomfortable on the outside.
Bobby Shields able to kick out of that elbow. Now struggling to get up to his knees as Taylor just catching his breath and just waiting for Shields.
Taylor might have been going to finish him off. They've been going for that cutter, but Shields elevates him. Taylor lands on his feet. Back kick, elevates him, and drops him. Modified Tiger Bomb. Is that going to be all? 2.5.
No, he didn't get the full impact of that on the way down. Chris Taylor able to shield some of that off of Bobby Shields' own right leg. So he didn't take the full brunt of that on the mat, or this would have been over.
Very true. That may have been all that saved Chris Taylor from that exchange. Look out here. Fireman here.
Got him rolled up quick.
He's got two.
And there it is. Chris Taylor with the schoolboy roll-up, able to hold on to his championship here tonight show.
And Chris Taylor has done it again. Another Crystal Frost plan is foiled and apparently has failed.
Bobby Shields picking Crystal Frost up from the outside. Frost is just throwing a hissy fit here.
She is irate.
Chris Taylor proudly displaying that heavyweight championship belt in the center of the ring. It looks like there's trouble in paradise for Bobby Shields. He may be realizing why Crystal Frost goes through many men.
Frost thought Bobby Shields was the right man for the job. The man that would finally unseat Chris Taylor at the top of the mountain. But once again, her dreams have been crushed, and Bobby Shields has got to try to make good on it.
Shields now jumping Chris Taylor from behind.
Shields isn't done a post-match assault here. Taylor's already hurt. Taylor's already hurt.
Bobby Shields signaling done, and he may be right this time.
Oh, wait a second. Scotty Gash and why the hell are they out here? Gash and Stock.